One of the things that I always say is that when you own a business, you become the business and the business becomes you. And it's hard because you take everything personally. But it's also very enriching to see and to collaborate with amazing people and amazing women in general, like Carla and all of our colleagues. They're sort of a mirror. They show you a lot about who you are and what you're done and the mission of the company, and I think that is very valuable.
This is the first room of the exhibition. It's called Manifesto. You will see that the whole exhibition has several rooms because several years ago I wrote the Manifesto of Fashion as Resistance. This room is dedicated to one of the parts of the manifesto that it's called to be original is to go back to the origin. And that's when we decided to start with this piece made on Backstrap Loom. This beautiful loom allows you to walk around, to move. In Mexico, 90% of the artisans that make textiles are women, so it's very nice to give them that freedom of movement. And you will see also here the dialogue with Massaro, the house that makes the fantastic shoes here at 𝘍𝘢𝘴𝘵𝘢𝘯𝘪, and a dialogue between 𝘍𝘢𝘴𝘵𝘢𝘯𝘪. He makes these masks of the tecuan amazingly made by hand. We're in fiestas, and of course we chose the Mexican pink for this room. In Mexico we have lots of fiestas and carnivals, and we have dedicated several collections to them. Then we have a collaboration with Guzons and Pedro Reyes. I asked Pedro, he's my husband, to relate to the exhibition, and as you know, this is an exhibition that is dedicated to the crafts handmade. You can see these masks made on paper mache by Leonardo Linares. He's one of the most important artisans of paper in Mexico. This piece here is what we do with the scraps. We use every single scrap and then we design, trying to, you know, like do as much as zero waste as fashion as we can. And we can go through one of the newest spaces, who I love because silhouettes are so important for our fashion house. This room is dedicated to charreria. The charros are the Mexican cowboys, and actually this is the national sport. And you will see the delicacy of the working clothing. That's how it makes it very resistant, you know, to work with it. We have been doing a very deep investigation of Mexican clothing, working clothing. It's the most intricate and most beautiful clothes that you will use. This space is dedicated to tierra, to the earth. We wanted to have this dialogue between the bamboo panels and all these pieces that have been made by many artisans around Mexico. What I wanted to tell with this specific section is that another fashion system, it's there already. We have the beautiful headpieces of Miyoko Yasumoto. She's a florist based here in Paris. And she has designed all these personajes. She told me that every single of these plants, you can find them in Mexico. We are at the Protesta Room. I just started making clothing because I realized in a very young age that textile and clothing is a common language that we have. I may not have the opportunity to talk to all the people that I see, but I can read you through your clothing. I can read you as a text and as an open book. When Trump won the elections, he was always saying that Mexicans were terrible people and women as well. And I am a Mexican and I am a woman, so I couldn't believe that our neighbors and one of the most important countries in the world was saying those things. So I posted on Facebook and said to my friends, let's go and support our women friends in the United States. We had like all these messages in our clothing saying there is not illegal humans, only inhuman laws. The geometry room, this explains that we have a Mexican way of making clothing. It's kind of an origami, using only squares and rectangles. When the Spanish came to Mexico, the indigenous communities started imitating the tailored silhouette. And it became like a very complex way of doing Mexican clothing, only using squares and rectangles. Mexico is a country of masks, and this room is dedicated to artisans and to the HandsOn Projects. Artisans from Mexico will come and will give workshops, and also French artisans and the Maisons d'ici the 𝘍𝘢𝘮𝘮𝘰 will be giving workshops together. I love the idea of this mirror exchange. We have also the chapeau mask of Maison Michel. We wanted to have this dialogue with the Day of the Dead, the Mexican Day of the Dead, and the devils of 𝘍𝘢𝘮𝘮𝘰, which are just fantastic. And we love to dance with them, and we see that in a completely different way. We believe that whenever you are remembering your ancestors, they will be living with you. We're here at the beginning of the exhibition with the Tecuan mask. Milagritos, it's a charm that is used in Mexico to ask for a favor for yourself or for somebody that you love. This is an interactive atelier with guisons, and that's how you're going to see them all around. We have to do a change ourselves. We have to take responsibility, and we cannot fool ourselves. We all dress. So we have to take that responsibility of how we dress it and everything that comes around the fashion industry and textiles. There is no other way than taking responsibility of what we choose to wear every day.